can we start for today? Good afternoon once again. I like a very responsive class, and when you have to talk, please do.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
So that we all be on the same page. Okay, let me know once you can see my screen. Is it up?
Yeah, you can see it.
All right, so today this is what we're talking about. Something you can just stop your video. It's fine. Today we're talking about understanding your personality and love language. And this is more like a psychometric assessment. It's not like a spiritual assessment, kind of. But I need us to know that human beings, first of all, they are spirit beings. They have a soul and a dwell in the physical body. Being that, as it's been said, we need to know that there's a reason why we are the way we do. And there's something that appeals to us. There's the way we want to be loved. There's the way we love people to love us. So this is the essence for today's teaching. And it is not sufficient only that we focus on the spirit parts or spirit entity only, and not also talk to the soul component of who we are as human beings. And because that's all that makes us up. We are spirit, we are not separate spirit, separate soul, separate body. No. The main essence of man is that man is a spirit. But then, as far as we are on the head in this terrestrial, we have a soul, we also have a body. And all these parts needs to be spoken to so that we can be truly prosperous in all of these aspects of our lives. All right, so what are we expecting in today's class? We expect that you go through this assessment thoroughly so that you can know who you are and know the kind of person that can suit you. And like somebody says, if you know you the way you know you, can you marry you? Okay. So meaning that the way you see yourself with your flaws and your strengths and all, can you marry your kind of person? So it's important that we know who we are so that we can also help our partners to understand who they are. I mean, yes, understand us and then help them in that light too, to be able to show love to us in the way we think we respond to love. All right, so let's do this assessment. And I want us to nominate, otherwise I will just call names. Who do you think you are? Somebody wants to respond to that. Who do you think you are? And there's no right or wrong answer. This is just an assessment. Who do you think you are? While somebody's telling us that another person should tell us what he thinks his current values are. Yes, who is taking the book by the one?
Okay, I'd like to go first.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, good afternoon. My name is Victor. So in this point, asking who do you think you are? I think your question on screen is who you are. That's your question. Who are you? Yes, who are you? So who do you think? After 40 years of age, I think that I know who I am. So I don't think who I know I should be thinking anymore. So who are you? I know who I am. First of all, I know that I am a male. I know that I have a spirit that lives in the body. I also know that I have feelings and I am hot. My feelings can be hot. My emotions, my flesh also can be hot too. My mind can be hot. My psychology can be hot as well. So in a whole nutshell, I do not think that there is one headlong or one straight line definition, because I am a person of different components. So I am able to know my temperament, which tells me how I react to people. So I think I know who I am by the way I relate to people. I'm a male, I'm a human, I'm a flesh. I also have a body that lives in the body, I have a spirit that lives in the body. And all these are what I can relate to as what makes me. I also know that I have sense, and I am relatable, and I also relate to others as well. All these components, all these comprises of what I know that I am. I know I talk. I also listen.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
based on the knowledge of that you know yourself to be, maybe I should just continue with you, but can you make the answers very brief for sake of time? What do you think are your current values? Just tell us 3 of them.
What are my current values?
Yeah.
My current values right now is my personal life, family life, and also my career life. Those are my current values.
Okay. Let me throw light. When we talk of values, we talk of things that you hold so dearly to your heart, things that you can't do without, things that you love so dearly, like your life is tied to it. Some people, it is the fact that they are accountable. So theirs is accountability. Some is hard working. Some is integrity. Some is love, and some is time management. So yours could be different, and I think I get the clue as regards family life, career, and all that you're talking about. But you might want to look into it to break it down to form some core values that will help you sync all of these areas of your life together so that you can really work based on that. Now, as we talk about that, these current values you think you have, do they align with your identity? Identity, who you are. That's basically identity. Do your current values align with your identity?
Yes, they do.
All
So
right.
far, and I'm still upskilling and working on myself to
So now that
do
you do,
better. But I think so far, yes, they do align with my current values, align with my personality.
all right. So if they don't do, I mean, if those values are not aligning, then what you need to do is to now check and internalize the kind of values you think you must have that will get you to where you need to get to. All right. So now, thank you, Victor, for your time. Now let's do this
Okay.
exercise, and then these are the exercises we are going to do today. I will teach you about them, and this is why we're here, so that you then can know how to best answer them and you get feedback. You do love assessment test, you do personality assessment check, and the personal core values will come afterwards, later on. And I've just spoken about what those core values could mean. Yours could be different from mine, mine could be different from yours. There's no straight rule about it, because I am uniquely me and you are uniquely you too. All right. So now, what's the focus of today's teaching? It is so that we can understand how you as a person perceive life and why you also act the way you do. Then, it is also to help you understand that you possibly might have some most developed strengths based on your personality. You might have some areas that you are developing, and then you can have the least developed strengths. We don't like to call them weakness, and this is why we're not referring to them as weakness. So we see the weakness as the least developed strength, and we see the areas where you are in the middle as developing. And I think this is clear. Is that?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you. So we'll go ahead. I have so many slides. I will just dwell more on the parts that I need us to really understand very well. And the others that I think we understand, I'll just talk to them personally. All right, so being that most of us on this call are intending couple, you will have to go through the assessment to understudy and understand what your personality type are. And based on family life engineering assessment tool, there are 4 major types. The first is intimidating homer. The second is creative convertible. The third is dependable truck. The fourth is systematic Ford. And these are the ones I've given acronym to here as IH, CC, DT, and SF. I will talk to them one after the other as we progress today. Okay, so we'll also like to make you know those possible challenges that you may be facing based on your identified personality type, so that you'll be able to then have area of improvement based on the least developed strength that you have got, and also to help you harness the strength you have got And for both of you in relationship, is for both of you to know the areas where you have to harness your strength together so that your relationship can get better. And for the areas where you have least developed personality type, we will recommend to you what you need to do, we suggest to you what you need to do so that those weaknesses can then become strengths for you. Okay. Any question thus far? No. Okay, so now let's look at this personality management.
No.
Okay. Look at this high Homer talks of intimidating Homer. There's the way they would like to describe their words. Most intimidating Homer people, they are bold, they are adventurous, they're very competitive. They see life as a race. So you see why they see things in a competitive manner. Creative convertible, when they talk or when they describe things, they are very animated. They like to make you imagine things in picture. They talk in an inspiring manner, in a motivating manner too. And for dependable truck, they are loyal, they are faithful and compassionate. When they talk, you feel compassion while they talk. For systematic fraud people, they are very reserved, they are self-controlled, and they are disciplined. And you see this even as they talk. How about the basic styles of need and motivation, things that motivate them? For intimidating Homer, what motivates them is position. They like to be in control. They like challenge. They like authority. They like to be free. They like prestige. But then for creative convertible, they like recognition. They need you to acknowledge that, yes, I did here. They like fun too. They are very interacting people. They like approval. That after they have done something for you, they need that approval, that acceptance that, yes, you have done well. And for dependable truck, when it comes to their basic style of needs and motivations, what they like is assurance. They need to be assured that, yes, I am safe. Because one of the things that push them off is insecurity and where there is no safety. So they thrive more in an area where there is safety and security. And for systematic fraud, they want information from you. And the information they get from you should be accurate, should be logical, should be full of procedure and systems, and step by step. So if you miss a step, they can pick it one after the other. You have missed a step. And there are people that also love value. When it comes to life questions, when you're talking to an intimidating Homer person, everything you're talking about, all they want to pick is, what exactly are you saying? What's the bottom line of what these jargons you are saying? So because they are impatient naturally, they want to really hear the words on time. But for the creative convertible, they want to know who is talking. Who is this person standing before me? What status have he or she got? So they like peer recognition, they like reward. And when it comes to dependable truck, they are asking you the how. You have come to defend or to say anything to them. They're asking you, how can I do this? So they like defined measures of performance. But for the systematic fraud, because they are the system kind of people, they're asking you why. They want objective evidence why they should do what you want them to do. So they want you to have predefined the standard for them to also follow, because they thrive by following standards naturally. Now, when it comes to body management, body language, for intimidating Homer, they are expansive and gesture, meaning that they are authoritative. They are expansive rather. Their hand gesture is expansive. You see them demonstrating, you see them doing all of that. But for creative convertible, there are people with facial expression and hand gesture too. So plus their hand gesture and their facial appearance, you see that they are communicating. But then for dependable truck, they are people that, yes, they also involve hand gestures and a little of small gesture, because really they are not the active kind of people naturally. They are all the cool and collected kind of people. So they will do hand gesture, but you might not really see them put a lot of charisma and all into it. Then for systematic fraud, they are very controlled whilst they are speaking with you. They'll have few gestures. You just see them straight to the point. They are the very standard systemic kind of people. They like protocol. Those are those kind of people. Are we together?
Yes,
Are we
we
together?
are.
Okay. So for body
Yes,
posture,
sir.
while they are talking, the intimidating Homer like to lean forward because they like to feel in charge. They like to also put their hands in their pockets while they are talking. So if you, as I'm saying this, maybe you are seeing yourself in the light of any of this. They like to be in charge. And so while they are in charge, one of the things that gives them confidence is that you see them put their hands in their pockets. They stand in a position that moves forward, like I'm in charge. All right. And then for creative convertible, they put their feet apart. They are usually casual. Their both hands also might be in their pocket, but they are casual because, you know, they are the free-spirited kind of people. Then for dependable truck, they lean back, like I'm leaning now. They lean back. They are peaceful. Their hands may also be in their pocket, but they lean back. They don't want stress. And then for systematic fraud, they are thoughtful and their hands may be on their chin while they speak to you. Okay. Then their conversation style for each of these people, intimidating Homer, is direct. They don't beat around the bush. They tell you straight to the answer. Because they are result-oriented people. They are people that prefer multitask actions. I mean, projects. They can do 5 projects together at a go. They enjoy it. That's how they are wired. And this is why they are intimidating. You see it. All right. So they are direct. They go straight to the point when they are talking. But for the creative convertible, they are the talkatives. And it's not like they want to be, but that's how they are wired naturally. They take things personal as they talk. They are confident as they speak. They are easily sidetracked. Like the distractions will mean something to them because you see, they like talking. And any little distraction, you see them tilt towards that direction. Sometimes they are expressive in their tones. Okay. And then for dependable truck, they are warm whilst they speak to you, friendly. They are concerned. They are unhurried. They are not in a hurry to talk. They listen more. These are people that you are talking to and you are feeling like, who to even say a word? But because they are wired to listen naturally, they are not in a hurry to talk. They just want you to talk to them. And then for systematic fraud, whilst they speak, they are clarifying. They are the business-like kind of people. They are questioning. As you are speaking, they are picking points from what you're saying so that they can ask you questions. Most times they are monotone and they are fact-based in their talk. Then when it comes to their preferred vehicle type, if you see yourself here, say, yeah. So for the intimidating Homer, they like powerful kind of vehicles that shows status, that shows prestige, that shows package, that shows luxury. Then for the creative convertible, they like colorful, attractive cars. For dependable truck, they like comfortable cars or vehicles with room for others because they are people-oriented people. Those are the dependable truck people. And then for the systematic fraud, they like good economy vehicle. Whether it is luxury or compact, it doesn't matter, but let it be of good value. Then, how do these people respond to targets? Like, for instance, I've given an assignment now, and I can pick the temperament from all of this. Whilst I've given this assignment since last week, and this is one of the reasons I gave like 7 days for this to be given, so that there's no excuse here and there. For intimidating Homer, and I picked one of you. The only person that I've submitted is likely an intimidating Homer. Why? They are ready to meet a target. They are fire. They aim at things. And then for for creative convertible, they are always ready to. They can aim at things too, but they talk. So these are people that talk more than acting. Then for dependable truck, they are always ready and ready for targets. They are ready. These are dependable truck people. But you see, most times they need push before they can really meet targets. Then for systematic truck, they are ready. They aim at targets and they aim at it again. Why? Because they love standards. They love standards. So this is how we manage all these personality types. Because you can have them as friends, you can have them as your marital partner or your colleagues at work or whatever. When you understand them based on their personality, you have less trouble. All right, so we'll dive into understanding them one after the other. If you have questions, I suggest that you pen them down. Reason is so we can manage our time, because we are using the free version of Zoom. So let's learn about personality type, but I want to be sure you can still hear me. Is that the case? Say yeah. If you can hear me, say yeah.
Yes, you can hear you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's learn about all of these personality type. I've told you a bit about them, but then we'll go into it one after the other. Intimidating Homer, they love to know the what in communication. I mentioned that. Creative Convertible loves to know the who that is speaking. The Dependable Truck loves to know the how to do whatever you're telling them in communication. Systematic Forward people also loves to know the why. You want me to do what you want me to do. So these are the 4 personality types based on the family life model, family system engineering model. Now, so let's go one after the other. These are the characteristics of intimidating Homer. What appeals to the senses is power and significance. Wherever you find them, they want to show impact. They want to show that they are available to add value. Okay, so this is why they are workaholic. This is why they see life as a battle or as competition or as a race. This is why they also have fear of being taken advantage of. After putting all of my effort in doing this, I hope they won't take advantage of me. I hope all of these things will not be in vain. So they have that little fear in them. And this is why they also want to be in control and take charge. Not because they want to show that they're there, no, but because that's how they are wired naturally. What makes them feel that they are living is that they can add value, is that they are significant, is that their impact is shown. So you see them thrive well in a place where there is, you give them authority and power to do some certain things. Most times they are insensitive to feelings. And one of the reasons is because they aim at delivering based on targets. So excuses will not appeal to them. And they cannot tolerate delay of why they cannot deliver. Okay. So they are also very persistent, and you can serve. They are very persistent people. Oh, one of us went off. They are very persistent people. And how do you think you can thrive with these people that are intimidating Oma? In case you are not intimidating Oma, but you relate with people. And so the way you can thrive with them is to serve them, show your competence to them, and be patient enough with them. Because most times they will drag you. And why they will drag is because they want to deliver. So anything that will be an hindrance between them and delivering, they will not accommodate it. So if you happen to work with these people, you have to serve them by also showing that you're competent enough to deliver. Now, let's see their strengths and their weaknesses. On the left, on my own left side, we have the strengths, is why I painted them green. And on my right hand side, I painted them red and sharp color so that you can see them as, you can see their weaknesses. So now their strength is that they are decisive. If a marketer comes and tells them about a new product, blah, 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 and tell them every detail about the product, an intimidating Homer makes up his mind almost immediately. They decide on time. Yes, I want this. I want to go for this. And so one of their strengths is that they are strong-willed. Once they make up their mind they want to do something, before they will change their mind, it will take Almighty God, in quotes, for their mind to be changed. So they are people that work so hard. They have high work rates. They are not the lazy bones. You don't need to cajole them before they work, because naturally they are wired to work. So they enjoy challenge. If you say, okay, everybody, I'm going to give you 10 assignments today, and the first person to submit will collect an homage. Even when there are challenges, they won't see those challenges. They will aim at that target and deliver. They will be the first to deliver. Why? That's how they are wired. So they work well under pressure too. They work well under pressure. And their strength includes the fact that most time, their weaknesses rather, includes the fact that because they work and want to show their competency, they take up too many projects at a go. And sometimes they are not able to finish some, or they even get tired at the long run because they're taking up too many that they can also carry. Sometimes they are impatient, just like I said, and they are insensitive to people's feelings around them. And again, because they want to meet targets and deliver, they don't relate with people. No be say them take and do bad, now how they be, except they now work on themselves intentionally. Okay, they are very low on people's skill, and they get angry easily because whatever will make me not to deliver is an hindrance. So they get angry at those things. They are power drunk, and you know this because they like to be in authority. And sometimes they overstep authority because anything on my way hindering me from making achieving my goal, I push it away. So in doing so, they push authorities aside just so they can deliver. Now we've talked about intimidating normal, we'll move to the next. And I want you to see yourself as we are doing this. Let's talk about creative convertible. For them, they are the showman kind of person. They like to show, they like recognition. When they step into a place, you know somebody has arrived. When a place is dull, they liven up that place. They are known for excitement, no dull moments with them. They are very playful. They are the people that play and work. They know when to play, they know when to work. But sometimes they don't like to follow rules and regulations. I'll talk more about that when we get to their weaknesses. And they talk much, so much that they have less actions. And they are known for their speed because, you see, they are people that love excitement. They have large followership because of their kind of nature. People love to gravitate towards them. They like life because they see life as fun. There's no hustling, there's no wahala anywhere. And they want applause of people, okay? They hate to be restricted to do things. They like to do things in their own way. And they also fear rejection. So the way to thrive with people like this is to use that looks like flattery for them. Oh, you are doing well. You did that very fine. And those kinds of words appeals well to them. They like praise and they like freedom. Oh, I've mentioned some of their strengths while I was speaking about that. They are optimistic. They have good sense of humor. They respond well to the unexpected. And let's talk. You can all see my slide. So let's just talk about their weaknesses. They waste time because they talk too much. And this is where they are different from an intimidating Oma. Intimidating Oma don't like to waste time. This is why they don't relate with people, because in relating with people, you need to spend time with people. But for creative convertible, they can waste time and talk and talk. And they also do not pay too much of attention to details. They are indisciplined. They don't like rules and regulations. They talk more than acting. They exaggerate when they talk. Maybe something happened, and when you ask them, they will add their own to it. They are the people that are also impatient, and they hate writing reports. They like to assume a lot too. So these are their weaknesses. And because again, you need to know that creative convertible, they have short attention span. So you need to know how to relate with them in the right manner. So let's talk about dependable track. Let me add to say that once this session is over, because it's new, it's a free version, I might have to reset another meeting if we agree with it. Otherwise, we'll continue from here next class. Let me know what our take is. What do we want? Once it's over, do we reschedule for today again, or we continue in the next session? That's next week. Before we talk about dependable talk, you can unmute to speak. Is anyone speaking? Hello, have I been speaking to myself?
No, you're absolutely not.
Okay, so what are we agreeing to?
Could you
Did
please
we
ask your
hear my
question
question?
again?
I said we are using the free version of Zoom, so it will go off any moment from now. Once it goes off, should we reschedule, or reschedule to today, sometimes just almost immediately, or should we continue wherever we stop next week, Wednesday?
How long was this class supposed to be for? 45 minutes?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And if we take another session, could we be true to the 45 minutes and probably if minutes, is that your fear or worry?
I lost you. I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I said if we start another
I still cannot hear
immediately
you.
again, is your fear that we are going to exceed the 45 minutes?
Yes, that's my fear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that we could for me we can reschedule again for later today. Yeah, we can
Okay.
reschedule
Does
again for
anyone
later
have
today.
any contrary view?
Yeah, it depends on when we reschedule.
I'm also of the same opinion. You can reschedule for later.
Okay, so let's continue because time is also taken. Thank you. Thank you. So dependable truck, these people thrive in a place where it's safe, where it's safe and where it's secured. I also mentioned that these are people that are good, effective managers because they are cool and collected. They build relationships. They are not in a hurry. If you have them in your team, they are the loyal people. If you have them as friends or as a partner, they will stick with you almost forever. Okay, so when things are good with you, they are with you. When things are bad, they will be there. Okay, so they are like the Jonathan to the friend of David in the Bible, a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Okay, so they are people who listen well. They are good team player. They are predictable. They are very friendly. They are also slow and steady. These are people we also call very slow people because of how they are wired. So they also give service. They like to work in the background. They don't like to really show that they are there. But then they are effective, only that they like to work in the background. So how do you thrive with these people? Drive them with patience, be patient with them, and let them know that they are secured. Be sincere with them and also show commitment to them. Let's talk about their strengths and their weaknesses. Okay, I've mentioned quite a number of their strengths. Can I just go to their weaknesses? The fact that they could be rigid because they like status quo, they like where they are being, they don't like change. Sometimes they battle with indecision, they don't make up their mind on time. They could also hold grudges with you. If you offend them, they won't talk because they don't want to offend you. They don't want their relationship to be sad, but then they will keep it in their hearts so they can hold grudge. Why they won't tell you most times is because they don't want that relationship to get damaged. They are relationship people, so they rather keep that matter in their heart rather than confront you. Okay, they are difficult to establish priorities. They might have 10 things to do, but they don't know out of the 10 things, which one should I focus on now? What is priority to them might not be what they should pick. Number 10 might be the priority, but they might end up picking number 1 on their list as priority. At the end of the day, they won't manage their time very well. So if you ask me, these people too most times do not manage their time well because of the fact that they find it difficult to establish priority. Then they are bogged down by procedures. When you give procedures to them, they do them one kind, they really like. All right, so now let's talk to the systematic fraud. Pardon me, I have a bit of some typo errors in this slide. Systematic fraud, their characteristics is that they thrive in a place where there is standard and where you put compliance. So this kind of people thrive in a career path where they have to drive compliance, they have to make people do the right thing and all. So these people are analytical, they are perfectionists rather. These people are people that when they give you a task, if you don't do it in their own way, they have not done it. They can tell you to do it 100 times until you meet it. Until you do it the way it appeals to their senses. It's because they are perfectionists. Then they are conscientious, and most of the time they are also careful. They have high standard for things, and they are very thorough. They will pay attention to the minutest details of every damn thing. Just like I've mentioned to you that I have typo error in my slide. So if I have any systematic fault person here, that's the first thing that they will first see. They might see that my pyramid is not well aligned. They might see that this triangle itself, it bent, fine. They will see all those tiniest things that some other persons will not see. And they don't trust people easily because they are critical on themselves. Before they can trust you, they want you to prove it. And if you don't prove it, they can never trust you. So how do we work with this kind of people? You have to also be thorough with them. You have to be prepared. You have to be detailed when you are speaking with them or doing anything with them. And you have to be focused and also extra patient. If you have them as bosses or even as your partner, you have to be patient with them because waiting, see, they go see you because they are very detailed. And I need to say that all of this personality type is not gender sensitive. It could be a woman, it could be a man, it could be a female, it could be a male. It's not gender sensitive. So because when we talk of paying attention to detail, you might feel that's a female thing. No, it's not. You have men too that are that meticulous. Okay, so dependable truck. The strength is that this header now is supposed to be systematic fault. Apologies. Apologies. So I've mentioned their strength. Their weakness here is that they are hard to satisfy. And if you cannot satisfy them, they withdraw themselves from you. They are critical on themselves, and then they are critical on people that they work with or that they are in relationship with. So most times they don't like taking risk. If you have them as bosses, they can't take risk on you, saying let them give risk for you to grow and allow you to take some decisions. They rather do it themselves in the way that suits them. And they don't like to slow down on procedures or methods or how a standard has been set. They like to follow it thoroughly. They don't